Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Everybody, welcome right back to the channel. Man, let me tell you something. This weekend's been real fun, including having that Super Bowl that happened. Magical, legendary Super Bowl. Fun Super Bowl to watch. Some people are saying it was boring, nowhere near it. It was really, really impactful, really great game. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was fun. But before we get into the Super Bowl, we're gonna talk about other things this weekend that happened, including that legendary matchup between North Carolina and Duke. But before even all that, welcome back to the channel. My name is Isaiah Austin. Welcome back to the IDA Kings video production channel. Okay, if you like the videos, hit the like button on the videos. If you like the channel, please hit the subscribe button on the channel. And if you want to know when I post and upload a new video, please do me a favor and hit that bell notification. It's free. Do all that for me. Now, getting into it, a lot of great things happened over the weekend. Nebraska having a real great win against the Rutgers. They had, I believe, 2 losses in a row, if I'm not mistaken. They got back on track getting wins. Winning against the Rutgers on Saturday. Virginia did a great job against Syracuse. Ended up winning that game, pulled away. Arkansas came off that Kentucky loss, came in, blew out Mississippi State, dominated them 88-68. Butt whooping. Wake Forest was coming in and being really competitive with Louisville, but they ended up losing 88-80. Okay. Overall, though, the games were fun. Indiana had a 1-point win against Wisconsin. Great game. Great final overtime. Real fun game. Villanova and Georgetown was a real good one, too. It was 80-73 Villanova. Okay, NC State got a big win against Virginia Tech. Ended up winning 82-73. That was a real fun game. Purdue was real close with Oregon. Oregon was giving Purdue a lot of trouble, but they ended up getting that win. Okay, Purdue ended up getting that win against Oregon 68-64. Okay, flat out amazing right there. Flat out amazing. Iowa State was in a close game with Baylor, real tight. Iowa State ended up winning by 3, 72-69. One of the games in the MAC and SBC challenge, it was real good. Northern Illinois ended up winning against Georgia State 75-74. That was another good game. That was real close, really competitive. SMU blew out Pittsburgh. Miami ended up beating Boston College on Saturday as well. A lot of great games happened throughout the day. Texas ended up beating Ole Miss. Texas needed that win real bad. Kansas ended up beating Utah. Utah was giving them a little bit of trouble, but Kansas didn't come in and pulled away. St. Louis has been dominating this year, flat out legendary, winning 23 out of their first 24 games, if I'm not mistaken. Flat out magical. They beat LaSalle 82-58. Domination. Okay. Another close game. Southern Miss ended up beating Kent State. Real close game right there. And Ball State ended up beating UL Monroe. Real close game there. Real competitive game right there. Oklahoma upset at Vanderbilt. Okay, Vanderbilt has had a great year, but Oklahoma got them with that big upset, 92-91. Vanderbilt was coming close. They were getting blown out, but they were real close. You know what I'm saying? So they won that game. Arizona dominated Oklahoma State, butt whooping. Arizona is amazing. They're undefeated. Miami of Ohio has been really great too, averaging 92 points a game. They've beaten Marshall 90-74. Flat out amazing game with that right there. South Alabama beat Buffalo. And James Madison beat Toledo in a close game, 73-71. This MAC at SBC challenge has been remarkable because Central Michigan lost by 5 to Louisiana. Just flat out amazing games all Saturday. It was just a magical day. You know, Alabama got a real close win against Auburn, 96-92. High scoring game. Great scoring, great shooting. Getting into the paint, kicking it out for shooters on both sides. Flat out amazing. Offensively, defensively, they could get some work, but it was real fun stuff. Gonzaga destroyed Oregon State, got back on track, blew them out, got back on that track. Troy ended up beating Akron in the MAC versus SBC challenge. Okay. As well. Craigington ended up beating St. Paul by 1 point. Real close game, real competitive game right there. Real solid game. Georgia got back on track, beating LSU. Real great game. Now this game, again, this was a magical one right here. Okay, fun game, magical. Caleb Wilson did a great job for North Carolina. And Carlos Boozer was flat out amazing. Cameron Boozer was flat out amazing. It was a real close game. I think Duke was up 71-29 at half or something like that, 72-29 or something. But then what happened was, you know, North Carolina started coming back, flipped the score on them, and then they hit a buzzer beater to win the game. down the stretch. Flat out amazing, man. Stormed the court. That was a legendary game. Fun game to watch from start to finish. It was beautiful. Beautiful game. Beautiful game. I was really, really happy about it. Both those rookies will be top 5 draft picks. I really believe that. Going into the NBA drafts. Old Dominion beat Ohio in the MAG versus SBC challenge. Flat out amazing right there too. Michigan State ended up beating Illinois. Final OT, real close game. Clemson ended up beating California. California was having a great year. Still is having a great year, but Clemson came in and destroyed them in Cali. Okay, Utah State had a close win against Wyoming, 85-83. They're having a great year as well. Portland had a close win against Seattle U. Great game right there. Florida beat Texas A&M, 86-76. Kentucky ended up winning by 3. They were unranked. I think they're ranked now. They beat Tennessee, who was ranked 25, 74-71. That was a heck of a game, too. Colorado beat Arizona State. UCLA needed a big win, got it against Washington. Boise State needed a win, too, but they ended up beating New Mexico by 1 point. Really, really fun game. And then Houston beat BYU in BYU, 77-66. St. Mary's ended up beating San Francisco. Flat out fun. The BYU loss is important because BYU's had a lot of different losses throughout this season to really great teams. And this was another one at home. They had a real good chance to get that dub. Okay, they really did have a chance. South Florida beat Tulsa, okay, 80-74 on Sunday. USC got a big win against Penn State. They needed that, okay. And Ohio State had a big chance to get a win against Michigan at home. They're still on the bubble too, but they lost 61-82. And then Texas Tech ended up beating West Virginia in a close game. UNC Greensboro beat Furman 67-64. Memphis ended up winning against Charlotte 77-54. Wichita State plays Tulane. They beat them. Wichita State did 75-61. And then Cincinnati beat UCF by 20 points, 92-72. Maryland got a big win against Minnesota, 67-62. Iowa beat Northwestern, a great Iowa team, 76-70. And then UAB beat Rice. Okay. So that was great in college basketball. A lot of games coming up today. Coming on today. 7 p.m. NC State, Louisville. That's gonna be a good one. Louisville is ranked 24. NC State is not ranked, but they're real close to it. Real great game today. There's gonna be other games coming up today too, like today at 9 p.m. The ranked 23 team in the country, Arizona's playing Kansas in Kansas. Okay, 18-5. That's gonna be a fun game on Monday, and then during the week. We're going to be talking about different games during the week as well. It's going to be fun games. Going to be important games as well. Really crazy week, crazy 2 days during that stretch of time. I can't wait for that. And the NBA has been crazy too. Great over the weekend. It's been flat out amazing. Okay. Flat out wild stuff happened. Starting off with Saturday. Rockets were really close. The Thunder was giving them all type of problems, beating them, forcing them to turnovers, everything like that. The Rockets started playing better. Rockets started getting more physical, more dominant and stuff like that. Shane Goon did a great job. He had a triple-double. Kevin Durant was getting into that basket, making jumpers. At half, he only took 3 shots. They did a great job double teaming, but Kevin Durant ended up taking over, saying, "We got to get more shots. I got to get more shots." So he got more shots. Fly out to him, man. Did a great job in that game, and the Rockets ended up winning 112-106. The Nets ended up beating the Wizards 127-113. The Spurs ended up beating the Mavericks 138-125. Say the Spurs did a good job in that game. The Magic beat the Jazz. The Jazz, man, Jackson and Lauri Markkanen were balling through 3 quarters, hooping. Then all of a sudden they didn't play in the 4th quarter. I heard it could be tanking, but I also heard that it could be they had an injury. That's why they didn't play in the 4th quarter. Maybe like something like that. So I don't know if that's true or not, but we'll see. It was crazy. I'm about to say it. It looked like tanking to me because I was crazy. They was playing well. Didn't look like they were injured. The Hornets ended up beating the Hawks. They are on a 9-game win streak. I think they play the Pistons coming up sometime this week. The Nuggets end up having a big game win against the Bulls. Jokic was balling out, dominating that game. The Lakers and Warriors game was fun without Luka and Steph Curry. LeBron did some good things, led the team with 20 points, did some great things. Reeves ended up coming off the bench, do some solid things too. Their new player, Luke Kennard, balled out from three, made threes, got into that paint, did a lot of great things, was separating, made a lot of the shots happen. The Warriors were hanging in there, competing, but the Lakers defense was really, really good overall. Really, really good. They turned the ball over too much, but they still ended up getting a big win as well. The 76ers ended up beating the Suns, in this game as well. 109 to 103. Grizzlies beat the Trailblazers 122 to 115. And then the Cavs ended up getting a big win against Kings. And James Harden's debuted. He balled out along with Donovan Mitchell and stuff. They did a great job. And Jared Allen's been balling, man. He's been making his shots at the rim. Did a great job. And on Sunday, it was really fun, too, before the Super Bowl. Knicks destroyed the Celtics 111 to 89. Didn't even let them get 90 points. The Heat ended up beating the Wizards 132 to 101. Great defense from them as well. The Raptors destroyed the Pacers. Did a great job there. And then this one was also a shocker, really crazy shocker. The Clippers beat the Timberwolves 115 to 96. It was a beatdown from start to finish. A manhandling, a beatdown, a domination from start to finish. Monday's going to be pretty fun, man. Pistons, they play the Hornets today. They play them. And then the Bulls, they play the Nets today as well. The Jazz play the Heat. Okay, the Magic play the Bucks. That's going to be a fun one on Peacock. Okay, Timberwolves play the Hawks. That Hawks team is dangerous. Timberwolves got to be ready for the Hawks. Pelicans are playing the Kings. In this good game right here, Cavaliers versus Nuggets, that's going to be a fun game. Warriors versus the Grizzlies. We're going to see how that plays. But this game, Thunder versus Lakers, I know the Thunder have some injuries. I believe Shea Gilgeous-Alexander and Jay Williams won't be playing, but this is still going to be a real fun game, real good game. You know what I mean? I don't know if Luka's going to be playing this game, but we'll see. And then the next game is the 76, also the 76ers Trailblazers. Okay, Trailblazers have been really, really good this year, fighting through things, and the 76ers, with all the injuries dealing with, are 30 and 22, doing a great job. Now, here's the thing. Now we're going to get into the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl was fun, was really, really entertaining, I'll be honest. Now, let me tell you something. The Seahawks started out right. They had great throws from Sam Darnold, 2 great throws from Sam Darnold to do that drive. Man, Walker was running from start to finish, balling out, made a lot of runs. But it started in that first half, man. He had like 90, almost 100 yards in the first half. But that defense, Patriots defense, was clamping them down in the red zone area. After the 50, once they got the 50-yard line, they had some struggles. They had to grind. They ended up getting some field goals, 12 points. The Patriots, though, let me tell you something. The Patriots were struggling, and it started early. Will Campbell was getting pushed back. Drake May was having a hard time getting into rhythm. And people said it was the worst he's played. Well, it's easy to say that because it was one of the worst I've seen him play in the NFL at all. He probably played a little rough in college. I've seen a few times where he played just a little rough. But I think this is the worst I've seen him play. But the problem is the offensive line was not protecting. The run game wasn't really as efficient overall speaking. And he was struggling in that first half, especially because of those things right there. Now, with that being said, Drake made it, come in, started getting back in rhythm, was fighting through it. He felt like he got sped up mentally, but then in the fourth quarter, he settled down. He had like 235 yards. The defense had a feeling they won the game, because I'll tell you why they felt like that, most likely because it was 12-0. Then they scored a touchdown, scored a tutty, got up to, I believe, 19-0. Okay. Then they scored again. After they scored, because the Patriots scored a touchdown, it was 19-7. You're like, oh shoot, they scored 2 more touchdowns and they could be up by 2, maybe go for 2-point conversion and go up 3. But the Seahawks said, no, hold my beer. I'm gonna get this going. They scored another touchdown after that. The game was over by that point. Scored another touchdown. It was 29-7. After that, it was probably over from there. But Drake May did get back on rhythm in the fourth quarter. And I thought, oh shoot, it could be crazy. But then they got back and, defense dominated. So 29-13 was way closer. Matter of fact, though, the Patriots defense was saving them, because, again, I'll tell you this. If the Patriots defense wasn't as good as, defensively, it could have been way more than 29 points, because they were close to getting touchdowns. They could have really, really blew this game wide open. Could have destroyed it. But the defenses, I thought, were creative, were amazing, got sacks at key times. I think it was like 7 sacks for the Seattle's defense. But the Patriots got, I think, 2 or 3 sacks in that game too. They made Sam Darnold have some big missed throws. I thought he did good overall, but he did miss some throws again because the defense was great overall. Especially after they passed the 50, it was tough. He missed some throws. Like there was one throw that could have been a touchdown. They were in the red zone. Trying to remember. They were in the red zone. They were in the red zone. Excuse me. They were in the red zone, and or they're back at their own territory near their goal line and stuff on their own end zone, and he was scrambling. He threw the ball, got hit, but he could have got a touchdown. I think this Jackson Smith-Njigba who was balling out, so he was close. He almost got there. Got that. There was some other plays that was missed. But again, both defenses were great. I got to shout out to defenses. I know Walker got the Super Bowl MVP, which he definitely deserved it. There was a play where I thought he had a touchdown, broke it, was about to get 170-something yards, but then they called it back because of a hole, man. That would have been magical. But the kicker for Seattle, in my opinion, if they would have gave him the Super Bowl MVP, I wouldn't have been mad at it. The reason why I wouldn't have been mad at it because he kept them in the game. He got them points and kept them up all game long. Made all type of kicks, dominating the field goal range. So I got to give him a lot of credit. And if he would have won Super Bowl MVP for Seattle, I wouldn't have been mad at it at all because he did a great job. Overall, though, this weekend was amazing. Super Bowl, to me, was a magical, legendary one. Special one. And I'm pretty excited to see how Seattle plays. Coming into the offseason, do how they do in the Patriots. I want to see how they build off this, get better and better. I can't wait to talk about different things in the offseason, all that type of stuff with the NFL. But overall, I'm pretty excited, man. This week's going to be fun with basketball greatness. Great basketball stuff. I can't wait to watch it. Can't wait to see things go through. So I'm pretty excited. Again, my name is Isaiah Austin, and welcome back to the IDA Kings Video Production channel. And I hope y'all hit the like buttons. I hope y'all subscribe to the channel, and I hope y'all hit the bell notification. I appreciate y'all, man. Peace.